beauty as a form of art, as a bright phenomenon in the world. Painting, watercolor, graphics, sculpture, art and crafts in the program Kazart. Today in the program, the world of tapestries by Malik Mukanov, Turkic legends woven into the pattern, the attractive energy of red color, symbols of legends in the tapestry. The world of tapestries by Kazakhstani artist Malik Mukanov is a splendor of exquisite compositions and dynamic and flowery, bright, memorable images. Each of his work is a step to a creative interpretation of Turkic mythology. Silk, woolen, gold and silver threads are intertwined in the whimsical pattern. The hands of the master seem to play on the rainbow harp. From multicolored strings, a work is created that it is in no way inferior to the musical. It is a melody of color, colors, ancient myth, and legends woven into the canvas.
Оның гобеленін көргенде, мынау жаңа тоқылған шеберлігіне ризашылығыңды білдіресің.
When you see his tapestries, you admire the images about the composition. In the plots of his canvases, there are many historical themes, and modern ones too. He is multifaceted in everything. His works differ with the depth of thought. His tapestries adequately represent Kazakh art throughout the world. He takes part in international exhibitions and festivals. After the triennial in Russia, a month later, students and teachers of Russian universities visited us to get acquainted with the work of Malik Mukanov.
Осындай жаңағы шеберлерді біз істеп жатқан орындарын еңбегін көреміз деп, тура жаңағы жанкүйерлер келді.
Tapestry is a special kind of ancient applied art in the world. The history of the tapestry originates from the time of the Egyptian pharaohs and dates from the 15th century BC. Chroniclers testify that many peoples of the world independently developed weaving. The art of tapestry is unique, that it combines the warmth of the material woven by the master's hands, the richness of the color and texture of the fabric, and at the same time, it is a laborious, individual and expensive process.
Меня часто спрашивают, почему тебе нравится именно гобелен, да? И потому что есть живопись, есть график.
I am often asked why I like exactly tapestries. Why not a graphic art? There are stories that are told in real time, but there are stories of the parable plan, where allegory is laid. The art of tapestry is different. There are many works of the realistic plan for the tapestry art, but most of it is based on symbolism. Symbolic language is always more multifaceted than realistic. Just need to look for interesting images, combine incompatible.
Более многогранный, чем реалистический язык. Просто нужно искать интересные образы, сочетать несочетаемое, да?
Malik from the creative family of Flober Timirgaliyevich Mukanov, a well-known Kazakh film and theater artist. A graduate of the famous Moscow School Studio of the Moscow Art Academic Theater, honored art worker of the Republic, mother Tamara Nikolaevna, a professional animation artist who was a founding member of Kazakh animation. Childhood and youth of Malik passed behind the scenes of theaters, in art workshops of parents.
I've
known Malik since childhood. His father was an artist. He often kept in touch with him. We were soulmates, and we used to meet in the Union of Artists. He took his time, did everything thoroughly, and Malik looked after his father. His father was a film and theater artist, and Malik took from him many professional skills and used them in the art of tapestry. Since childhood, and since the time he studied at the National Academy of Arts, he always created something. He knew how to surprise, and over the time, he became a highly professional artist. After school, on the advice of his father, he entered the Almaty Art College named after Gogol. His major was theater art.
То, что я занимаюсь сейчас гобеленом, это, конечно, вот, скажем...
I started doing tapestries, as it was an advice of my father. When it was my second year, my father took me to the Mukanov's workshop. I just twisted the yarn for 2 weeks. In the past, all of them were painted by hand. Nowadays, we buy everything ready. We were wrapping them up by hand in huge curls. Then we pulled them all back. While studying at the academy, I worked for 5-6 years in the workshop of the Papanovs. What's interesting, Alibek Kaltaevich graduated from the Surikov Institute in Moscow, studying the monumental painting. He defended a diploma in tapestry. I thought, why should not I do the same? And on the defense of my graduation work, I made a series of tapestries.
Своей дипломной работой я сделал серию гобеленов.
Malik Mukanov performed his first tapestries on the World of Nomads for the defense of the thesis project in 1996. Even earlier, the young artist began annual exhibition activities at festivals of creative youth Zhiger and Shabyt. He was a winner of the 4th Kazakhstan contest of artisans Shiber in the nomination Innovation, diploma winner of the 1st Russian triennial of contemporary tapestry in Tsaritsino, Moscow, participant of the Kaivalam 2012 International Craftsman Symposium held by the World Crafts Council in Chennai, India, and participant and winner of the 1st Ural Triennial of Decorative Art held in the Russian city of Yekaterinburg. Among all Kazakh artists who are engaged in tapestries, Malik is one of those who creates tapestries at a high level. His tapestries reflected the history, traditions, and spiritual culture of Kazakh people, their achievements. His tapestries are done in a talented and professional manner. Stylization, avant-gardism are all used in his works, but they also touch the soul of the people. This is his skill and talent. We have a lot of strong tapestry artists. One of the brightest is Malik. Tapestries of Kazakhstan artists are highly appreciated all over the world. Malik Mukanov is one of the most talented masters. His author's works are known far beyond the country. We are proud of him. He represents our country for the whole world with his talented works. Malik Mukanov is not just a master who creates authorial paintings. He is a scholar researcher, deeply studying the history of the most ancient kind of applied art, the formation and development of the art of Kazakh tapestry. Malik Mukanov is the author of the more than 35 scientific articles, published in various Republican and international publications, newsletters, and conference proceedings. His multifaceted creativity is the way of the artist, filled with a thoughtful and sincere feeling of creation.
Искусство казахского гобелена началось
The art of Kazakh tapestry began with Koraz Tynebekov, when the author turned to Kazakh images. He opened the Kazakh culture through the art of tapestry. Kazakhs have very rich traditions of arts and crafts. Kazakhstan stands out at international symposiums. It is noted that the Kazakh tapestry school is not only preserved, but also develops in very interesting way.
Школа гобелена, она не только сохранилась, но и развивается. Причем развивается очень интересно.
Белен бағытында өзін көп көрсете білді.
In the art of tapestry, he showed himself as a multi-faceted master. He does not just create works of authorship, presenting works at exhibitions, but at the same time, he studies and conducts diverse scientific activity in the study of ancient applied art in Kazakhstan. In his doctoral dissertation on artistic image in the art of tapestry of modern Kazakhstan, in numerous scientific monographs, he deeply explores the history and formation of Kazakh tapestry. At the same time, he explores the ancient technology of tapestry. And this can only be compared with painstaking labor. As they say, he digs like a well with a needle. But all this gives him the opportunity to master all the secrets of ancient craftsmanship.
Өз шешім қабылдап, солардан жаңағы нәтиже шығарып жүрген.
Malik Mukanov is free in his creative fantasies, and sometimes his works are like dreams and visions. He does not stop experimenting.
Некоторые темы возникают из ниоткуда. То есть вот последняя работа, у меня давно была тема под таким названием «Тенгринет». То есть
Some topics arise from nowhere. Here is the last work. My theme has been Tengri Net for a long time. The idea was that there was a single religion, Tengri, for the Turkic peoples, worshipped the one blue sky. In today's world, one religion, or rather a phenomenon that can also be called a religion. It also relies on a blue color. These are monitors, smartphones, laptops, and religion is the internet. Internet is essentially a religion that binds very many people. How to show figuratively? There was an idea, but there was no solution.
Которая связывает очень многих людей. И вот как собрать в работе, то есть все это воссоединить, то есть как это показать образно. Идея была, не было решения изобразительного. Была старая работа под названием «Лабиринт».
There was an old work called Labyrinth, based on cosmogonic ornamentation. It is in fact Koshkar Muyuz. Only out of it antenna-shaped sticks are shown in all directions. There are very few cosmogonic ornaments, about 5 or 6. This ornamental depicts something unearthly. There was an idea to make a patchwork embroidery on this tapestry. Scraps of different tissues to collect manually, to sheath along the edge. The hand seam looks great, and on the basis of these, just recently, the idea of Tengrinet was expressed, a tapestry in the finished work.
Смотрится, да, и потом закреплять ткань. И вот на основе этого буквально недавно родилось уже, вот, то есть, скажем так, выразилась идея Тенгринета гобелена в законченной работе.
Malik Mukanov is surrounded by many like-minded people and students. The artist's studio is always open for joint creative projects and their implementation.
Я хочу сказать о своем друге. Мой друг, соратник.
I want to say about my friend, my companion, Aydar Jamkhan. He is busy with large-scale projects. I believe that in contemporary art of Kazakhstan, he is one of the most outstanding artists. Big part of the tapestries of the monumental plan that were created to order we did together. In many ways, the meeting was fateful. When Aydar finished our monumental painting and began to work here in the studio, we began to make the authorial tapestries, try to do the art of tapestry. Then all this has evolved in some way in this. Now we do monumental tapestries on an order. We try to realize our ideas in them. In 2008, together with Aydar Jamkhan, we became laureates of the State Youth Prize for contribution to the fine arts of Kazakhstan.
В 2008 году мы стали лауреатами премии «Дарын», то есть государственной молодежной премии «Дарын» за вклад в изобразительное искусство Казахстана современного.
A striking result of the creative triumvirate of Almaty artists Malik Mukanov, Aydar Jamkhan and Baurjan Doshanov within the opening of the first Ural Triennial of Decorative Arts was the grandiose exhibition of tapestries, Turkic Images of Eurasia. Before the audience, a real extravaganza of all shades of red were presented. The authors of tapestries share with the whole world the great power of red and the joy of the sensation of color in its multiple variations. Since ancient times, red color is a precious symbol of life and prosperity in different cultures of the peoples of the world. Exciting red color is most represented in the works of Malik Mukanov: Red Bull, Red Tigrahout, Tree of Life, Turanian Era, and dozens of canvases made in a complex intertwining life-affirming colors and melange wool.
Часто я работаю сериями, то есть берется какая-то хорошая
Often I work in batches. Take some kind of good concept, an iconic plot. Then you squeeze everything out of it that you can squeeze. You change the color. In the art of tapestries, you can often see the author's repetitions. But even with an absolute repetition, no work is similar to the other. It's impossible. Technically, everything is done by hand.
Это невозможно технически, потому что все вручную делается.
The artist creates in the red range and work on the themes of modernity. Currently, tapestries made together with Aydar Jamkhan decorate the interiors of buildings of almost all administrative buildings in Astana and have become the property not only of the applied art of tapestry, but also of the rich spiritual heritage of the Kazakh people. A series of monumental and decorative panels on the theme My Motherland Kazakhstan was created especially for the interiors of the residence of the President of the Republic of Kazakhstan, Akorda in Astana. A series of tapestries, history and culture of Kazakhstan was made for the artistic decoration of the interiors of the intellectual schools of the first president. Development and artistic execution of decorative panels for the stations of the Almaty Metro. Together with Aydar Jamkhan, he won the first place in the nomination Decorative and Applied Art for the tapestry Alatau of the 6th Republican contest Tavelsizlik Tolgau, dedicated to new works of art created in 2015. Decorative tapestry Assembly of the Peoples of Kazakhstan decorates the interiors of the National Museum in Astana. Malik Mukanov's fruitful work with other artists.
Бір көрмеде таныстық, содан осы кісімен сөйлесе келе, бұл кісінің шығармашылығымен танысып, маған қатты қызық болды.
I met Malik Floberovich Mukanov at one exhibition. More fully acquainted with his work, I realized that we are like-minded. I began to work with him, learned from him the art of tapestry. Many professional secrets were released for me. His work is done in the spirit of the times. He is always in creative search. I always listen to his opinion of a professional. As a master, he gives me inspiration, and everything I learn from him.
Жұмыстар жасалған кезде көбінесе осы Малик Флоберовичмен бірге ақылдасып, сол кісінің ой пікірімен